courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. Also, I was waiting for this to happen, and it has. I have tickets for you all week to see John Oliver at the Akron Civic Theater, but they are postponing that show. So more details on that are forthcoming. This is a tour that I'm sure he set during the writer's strike. He's like, well, my TV show isn't on. There were a lot of guys doing that. The TV show is not on. So now that he's back on, because I was like, well, maybe he's going to keep that day. I'm like, there's no way, because it's not like that's the only city he's doing. So I will still have John Oliver tickets for you all this week. That show will not happen next week. So we'll have more details for you forthcoming.
You know, a show is still happening, not next week, but in December.
Oh, don't tell me. Nope, I had it, but I don't.
I forgot to.
Is it your show?
Yeah!
Oh, with the Mary Santora?
Yes, and Martin Malloy, who was on my podcast this week, and he does not disappoint. He's always so funny. He was blown away by the fact that Tommy on my podcast has an OnlyFans and that also posts naked boobs on Twitter.
Yep.
He didn't know you could do that, and he was...
Is he a guy who's active on social media, or this? I
mean, he posts a little bit, but it's usually he's not real great at it.
Right.
But he was excited to hear about boobs. So
right.
It's a fun episode. But yeah, the Agora, December 22nd.
Why doesn't he have an OnlyFans?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a thing he's thought about. But yeah, I can pose that question to him.
Well, because he could do one of those cooking channels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, OnlyFans has become synonymous with sex, but people who don't do sex on OnlyFans love to tell you there's other things on OnlyFans. But you'll notice OnlyFans has had ample opportunity to rebrand themselves as something that's not just sex. And they haven't done that.
Well, they tried last year, remember? They
didn't really try.
They were going to try. They were ramping up to try.
In the pool.
And then it was like, nope. And they're like, okay, we'll stick with what we know.
There's that teacher in Missouri who just got outed for OnlyFans, and so she lost her job. And she's like, I knew this was gonna happen. I was waiting for it to happen. You know, because by the time you've got an OnlyFans up and running and you're making some money, you're not crying because you lost your teaching job. What sucks is we're in no position in this country to be losing good teachers. Teachers who are liked, teachers who are competent, teachers who enjoy what they do. They're doing OnlyFans because they're criminally underpaid in a lot of situations. And so, I mean, listen, old habits die hard. There's not a school district around that's going to go, all right, well, you can keep it. Because then you just become a distraction.
Correct.
Those students are going to be like, oh, my God, I get it. But it's just one more, every time you lose a teacher who by most accounts is a good teacher, that's a bad spot to be in. It's not like there's people racing to become teachers.
When we had hot teachers in school, it was already a distraction. So I couldn't imagine if there was a medium where we could see them naked. Like, yes. Oh my God. We had this redhead teacher, and she was like a teaching assistant. So she was just in some of the time, and people would shout stuff at her that was very, very inappropriate, but they were preteen, teenage guys, and like stuff like, does the carpet match the drapes? Like they've never seen a redhead before, a hot redhead.
Listen, they know,
but
that's just one of the things. That's like when you're in middle school, and the girl that got her boobs, you'd be like, she stuffs, to try and get her to flash you. You'd make up a rumor that she stuffs, and then she'd flash you and be like, mission accomplished.
Well, I don't know.
It worked one time.
I was going to say, I can't believe that ever worked.
In the history.
What girl cares about proving she's not stuffing her bra?
Boys, yeah.
To the boys.
Oh.
High school teacher in Missouri, 28-year-old Brianna Coppage, who's an English teacher at St. Clair High School. I guess she was running a Twitter account for a while that was like Brianna XXX or something. It was mostly reposting other people's sex videos. But district officials found out that she had an OnlyFans account. She said, I was just waiting for this day. It was a cloud hanging over my head. I knew this day was coming. She's pretty cute. She's got a wife. I think she got a couple kids. Husband, rather. Got a couple of kids. She makes about $10 grand a month on
Oh
OnlyFans.
my God. Why even be a teacher?
She was paid $42,000 last year as a teacher.
That's still a
Well,
pretty
because
good wage.
this is my point. You like to teach. It's probably what you studied.
You need to
You're a high school teacher.
do that online.
Huh?
There's plenty of homeschooled kids that need like a good teacher.
Huh.
But they still
They don't
still
want
fire
this
her.
kind of stuff. They want to teach how Jesus rode dinosaurs and come on.
And also, if I'm a student and I find out that my teacher, like, use that as an incentive to get me to pay attention. Like, okay, you do all your assignments, you get good grades, I'll give you a free month of my OnlyFans.
Well,
Like,
but these are minor
here
kids. I mean, they're, you know.
I'm just saying, like, if this was me in high school, it would have incentivized me.
Because I guess it's not even an irony. It's just that the reason these people get found out is because some kid's dad found her on OnlyFans. Or there's a rumor that she's doing stuff.
you
Or,
gotta-
you know. So it's people looking
So
for
many people are
boobies.
snitches. All these snitches out there.
Yeah, snitches.
All these snitching.
Well, I would want to
Who's a
know.
Snitch.
But
You'd want to know if the teacher was on OnlyFans.
absolutely, I would want to
Why?
know.
So you go look at it?
Yeah. Guy or girl,
I would just care if my kid was learning from her and if it was a.
You wouldn't, Alan.
Why wouldn't I?
You wouldn't want to know if your child's teacher was on OnlyFans.
I would want to know, but I wouldn't immediately call for her dismississal.
Yeah,
You would look at it first and then see, oh my God.
I don't know that I would do that.
I don't care. I don't have the hang-ups on sex that
No.
people
I don't want my elementary school.
This isn't
age
elementary.
Kid, but
It's high school.
High school is even worse.
Listen, elementary school, there's no way one of those kids is going to get on OnlyFans. High school, I get, because it's going to be a distraction. I understand that. She understands that. She's like, I knew it was a matter of time. But the bottom line is, the only reason these women ever get unmasked is because there was a dad on OnlyFans. And they have such a giant boner
But-
to get these women fired or shamed or whatever.
I
that
don't
they
think-
go to their wives and lie and go, Jim told me that Miss Coppage is on OnlyFans.
And here's what I think is even more likely. Their wife finds out that they're subscribing to people on OnlyFans. Then they find out that they're subscribing to the teacher, and they're like, we're putting an end to this.
Yes.
You're deleting your account, and then we're getting her fired.
You ain't looking at that bitch.
Dude, I'm so glad OnlyFans was not around when I was in high school. Because if I would have turned 18, I turned 18 my very first week of my senior year. So you mean to tell me I could have like stacked money for college? I could have paid for my college by doing OnlyFans.
Well, listen, but it is, and
Still can.
she said, you know, I knew this.
But that was it.
This was a cloud over my head. Blah blah blah. It is naive to think that it's going to be, you know, because these people always, to a person, say the same thing. It's completely separate from my teaching. It's my personal life. That's naive too, because it's going to get found out. You're never going to get hired as a teacher again. That's the weird calculus here is you got to stack that cheddar while you're young and hot, because you got to hope, you know, as more and more people get on that
Invest it,
platform.
make a restaurant or something.
I just don't know how, again, I sound like a broken record because I say it every time we talk about one of these situations. But with so many people on OnlyFans, I just don't know how you get found. How do you get found to make, I don't mean unmasked. How do you get found enough to make that kind of money? A high school teacher in St. Louis is making 10 grand a month. How do you get found to make that kind of
It's
money?
a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
Well, then
You
no
gotta-
wonder she was going to get found out.
Right, and that's why she knew it. But like, it's a lot of posted on Reddit and a lot of posted on Instagram and figuring out how to get people to pay attention. Because I know plenty of girls that have OnlyFans. I don't know any that are making. Well, I know a few that are making real good money, but those are the ones that market it constantly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody, it's like podcasting. For some reason, everybody thought that their ticket to riches was podcasting because they saw a couple of people that had really popular podcasts. They go, oh, that's what I'll do. Same thing with OnlyFans. 95% of people aren't making money at either. So, I mean, God bless them. I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. It's not illegal. You weren't dealing meth. I texted
pass
both.
a levy. You don't want your teachers doing this. Pass some goddamn levies.
I texted both of my older kids because they both go to Michigan State University. And I go, did either of you have a class with this dude? Is another hot on the heels of the MSU football coach being fired because he was whacking it on the phone with some woman who was like doing business. I think she was like coming in to teach a class at Michigan State on, oh God, what was the irony of that Mel Tucker thing? That she was coming in to give a seminar on sexual harassment, and he was whacking it on the phone with her or something like that. Now they have some other professor at Michigan State who got let go because they discovered he got busted for meth 3 or 4 years ago at another college.
Wait a second. Meth? I've heard.
Hey, man, meth ain't that bad.
Exactly.
You don't lose your license over.
In Louisiana, well, these are always like adjunct professors or some guy who's like a part-time professor. It's not some like tenured 70-year-old dude, but a guy at Michigan State, Brendan Doyle. Back in 2020, they found a meth lab under a bridge over a canal, and they attached it to this guy. Now, the point in the story that jumped out at me, but I don't hear anybody talking about, is this guy came to Michigan State after leaving this other college in Louisiana where he got busted for this meth situation. The college he was teaching at is Nichols State University, which is the same college with the dude who was making the girls paint their faces like clowns. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on at Nichols State University? Either they don't do any vetting or it's one of those low-tier colleges. I guess so. In Louisiana. So these guys go on because the face painting guy was at another school too, wasn't he? He like lost his gig because
I don't remember how that one went.
Ex-Nichols State professor's clown fetish. He wasn't currently at that college, I don't think. A now former, he had gone somewhere else. He was a graduate student at Kent State. Oh, right. And Northern Illinois University, which is DeKalb, Illinois. Anyway, both of these guys were teachers at Nichols State University in Louisiana. So, I mean, again, I was kind of joking with my kids because neither one of them would have any. This guy was like teaching kinesiology or something. I know neither of them are taking a class like that. But I'm like, boy, you guys have had a run there at Michigan State for a while now. You had a shooting last year. You had the football coach get fired for whacking it. You got this professor who had a meth lab charge in his past. The hell's going on out there? Let me give you this money here. It's $1,000. It's courtesy of the Buzzard bookie. You got plenty of chances every single day to grab some of this money, so I hope you do. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Money, that's money. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Hey, Poundcake. Quick question. Do you know why you won Best Sports Talker? Because people voted. Love you, hate me, somewhere in between the show. Bye.
Yeah. See, it's Poundcake likes, he didn't vote, but he wants other people to vote for him.
I encourage
Rules for thee, not for me.
But he did vote for himself.
I encourage people to vote for who they want and who they like. If I don't like either person, why vote for someone?
Mm-hmm.
So if they like me, vote for me.
Right. Well, we told him to, too.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Still no word on whether
I was going to ask if there's
party.
been any movement on that.
Have not heard anything.
I mean, I'm getting bombarded with those, I'm sure we all are, the emails of like, hey, do you want to frame your Best of Cleveland award?
I didn't get one email.
You didn't?
Nope.
Do they have your email?
I'm getting them every day.
That's how I voted, so wouldn't they know?
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, I didn't use my Alan Cox Show email. I used my personal. I don't know.
All those go to my junk mail.
Maybe it's gone to maybe I'll look at my junk.
Yeah.
A lady in Wisconsin was drunk behind the wheel, got into an accident.
In Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah. So I wish I had video of this. She crashes into a gas station right next to an outdoor cooler and just opens it up and pops another one and starts drinking as the cops show up. And there's other people screaming at her. Because she hit the building, hit another woman's car, and she just grabs a drink and chugs it in front of everybody. I mean, you can't let the party stop just because you ran into a building. It's Wisconsin.
So why are you trying to buy more alcohol after you done hit my car? Can you not start her reason a 4-car accident outside your thing?
You can't drink that in here. Lady!
She literally just had a 4-car accident outside your establishment. The cops are outside already. You see them?
Yeah. Lady! She's facing her 4th DUI.
4th.
They just let
4th.
people be on the road. They do not care.
It was this broad daylight. It's not like this was midnight. She reached into a cooler after she hit the car and the building and pulled out it said what she pulled out. A Smirnoff Ice Smash Red. A canned cocktail. Just chugged it next to the gas pumps.
And you got to get that last one, and you know this is going to be an arrest, and you're like, I don't want to do this sober.
Yeah, she said she
get a little bit more of a buzz going.
Said she forgot her wallet in the car and was going to get money to pay for the drink when the cops showed up. She had just completed 2 years of probation for her 3rd DUI.
And now she's got 4. She wastes no time. Just got done with the probation and says, let's go.
I do what I got to do because I got to do it. But I don't want to continue doing that forever.
Says she's currently free without bail as she awaits trial. How does that work? Free without bail.
Because they don't care.
There are plenty of people in places that do care. I mean, it's still illegal to drive drunk. They're not just letting everybody go.
Well, someone who has 2 or 3 DUIs, if they let them out on the 4th time, I can't even blame them for repeating the behavior because they didn't learn anything. But what is a fine to someone who's not going to pay?
Right.
Or, like, they're not going to lock them up?
Yeah, but why don't they put them in county?
Not because they don't care. They got bigger problems, like the people that are, murdering and raping.
Well, there's drag queens and transgender people. They can't be worrying about this lady. They got other stuff to worry about in Wisconsin.
That T and LGBT. What are we going to do about that? And what about the Q?
What if that T is twisted T?
4 DUIs.
4 DUIs.
And it's just insane. I posted this on my story, a guy drunk driving a golf cart, and he drives over a curb and then crashes into like a something, and just like the way he falls out of the golf cart, that was incredible. Just like an old dude, just wasted driving a golf cart, and then he crashes it, and it's beautiful.
At what point? At what point do you get party plates?
I would have thought before the 4th DUI. I don't know how they do it in Wisconsin.
Right.
When I was a kid, they dropped the drinking age in Wisconsin to 18. And so many kids were coming back home to Illinois from Wisconsin. It was 21 in Illinois. There were so many kids coming back and getting killed in auto accidents. They were like, well, that didn't work out. I don't know who thought. I think it was probably somebody who was like, well, if they're old enough to fight, they're old enough to have a beer, Which, yes, theoretically that makes sense, but not to the extent where, kids aren't real smart in that way. And so they were like, nope, back to 21.
Ruined it for everybody.
Ruined it.
So I'll never forget when I moved to a suburb from the inner city. The suburbs pools are way better than inner cities. They got kiddie pools and stuff. So this little kid was going down a slide, and this is my first time at this pool. As she goes down, I notice that she starts crying. I look at the slide. There's a brown streak, a big brown streak, literally right behind her, going all the way down. That little girl pooped her pants while sliding down that slide. Hate me, hate you, love me, love you, show bye.
And hot snakes, you guys.
What's hot snakes?
It's when the diarrhea comes out like a hot snake.
Andy!
I get hot snakes and bubble gut.
Andy, stop talking about hot snakes.
I wipe and I wipe and I wipe. It's like a marker. I wipe. A brown streak. Oh, down the... Isn't that one of the roller coasters at Cedar Point, the brown streak?
Blue streak.
Blue streak. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Tear that down.
Drinking too much antifreeze.
And every once in a while, it's one of the water slides.
Yeah.
You'll get the brown streak.
Oh, God.
That's a lot, dude.
That is a lot.
For it to leave a whole streak.
Yep.
Woof. She was having a bad day.
Yep. You were squeezing toothpaste out of the tube the whole way down.
Mm-hmm.
I got a break here. If you want to send a text, 351